I think we all have guilty pleasures, and one of mine is browsing through the new section of the PSN store. And that's how I found Unrailed. It looked to be the kind of zany co-op that Overcooked has, so I was pretty excited to get my friends on board to try it. I mean, convincing 4 of your friends to play a co-op game that you know almost nothing about, what could possibly go wrong? In Unrailed, you have a train that never stops moving. Your job is to prevent it from crashing by reaching the end of its track. You're going to constantly be building new track by acquiring stone and wood and putting it on your storage wagon. Then your crafting wagon will automatically make more track for your team. Keep laying down your track until you reach the next station or the end of a section. Every time you do this, your train gets a little bit faster and a little bit more unmanageable. You can reset the speed by moving to the next biome, but most of the time, the next biome is harder than the biome you're currently in. Eventually, you'll reach the last biome, your train speed will become unmanageable, and you'll crash. And that's kind of it. That's Unrailed. There's additional wagons that offer other benefits for your team, but for the most part, that's the core gameplay. And also, that's the only gameplay. There really isn't much here. There's an endless mode for seeing how far your team can get, there's a sandbox mode for experimenting with different wagons, and there's a versus mode for competing with your friends. But that's the whole game. There's no different levels with unique challenges or anything cool like that. So, since that's all the game is, let's just jump right into trophies. Most of the trophies are miscellaneous trophies, and some of them can be fairly obvious in their description about what you need to do, while others can be completely ambiguous and you have no idea what they're asking you to accomplish. Many of the trophies require you to bring something from a previous biome into a later biome. These are things like bringing a cow to space, or bringing a bandit or an outlaw to hell, and these are fairly self-explanatory. But then you'll run into things like Ducky Danger, which is the trophy for removing 100 ducks with dynamite. Initially, we thought this would be easier to do in Sandbox, because in Sandbox, you can reset the speed, you can make sure you have a dynamite cart, and you can just keep going until you get the 100 ducks. So we did this over a number of sessions, and I was keeping track of the number of ducks that we had killed each time we stopped. But eventually, we had hit 150 ducks, and we still hadn't had a trophy. So naturally, it's the modern era, there's an Unrailed Discord, and we went over to there. I went into the questions channel, and I said, hey, me and my team have killed 150 ducks in Sandbox mode, and we haven't gotten the Ducky Danger trophy on PS4. Is there any reason that this would happen? Like, does it have to be an endless, even though the trophy doesn't say that it has to be an endless? Like, what's going on? And the Discord community manager wrote back and he said, you can't get trophies in Sandbox. What? What do you mean you can't get trophies in Sandbox? We got so many trophies in Sandbox. What are you talking about? Yes, you can. We brought a cow to space in Sandbox. We brought a bandit to hell in Sandbox. What are you smoking? So we were like, okay, maybe it's this one trophy. It doesn't say that it has to be an endless, but maybe it does. So we load up endless and we do the same thing. Over a few sessions, we kill another 100 ducks. And we still have no trophy. At this point, I've killed like 300 fucking ducks. And it's like, give me my trophy. So I go back into the Discord and I'm like, hey, so now I've killed like 150 ducks in endless. Is this bugged? Do they need to be in the same session? What's going on? And the Discord community manager was like, yep, looks like a bug. So we sat on that for a little while, and then I thought, well, this game is programmed like garbage. It crashes regularly, trophies pop at times we wouldn't expect them to pop. I bet this is programmed so that way you have to get them in the same session. Like, the firefighter trophy for extinguishing 10 lava blobs specifically says that it needs to be done in the same session. So I loaded up the game again, and I managed to kill 100 ducks in one session, which was awful and took forever, but hey look, gave me the trophy. And guess what? I did it in Sandbox mode, which you're not supposed to be able to get trophies in. So, what? Another trophy that was a constant thorn in my side was Missed Opportunities, which is for successfully skipping 50 train stations. There is absolutely no gameplay reason why you should ever skip a station. Every time that you go to a station, you get a bolt, which is an upgrade material that allows you to buy more wagons or upgrade existing wagons. It also allows you to turn in whatever challenge you currently have for a second bolt and generate a new one. So every time you skip a station to go to the next segment during a playthrough, you're missing out on 2 upgrade bolts, which is significant seeing as every segment only offers 3. This is really something you're only going to do for a trophy. We ran into a bug constantly where anytime we skipped a station, the train would zip up to its maximum speed and then immediately crash as soon as we started the next segment. This was an awful experience because even though it gave us the station skip we needed to count for the trophy, it made it so we had to constantly restart, go through a loading screen, regenerate the world. It was awful. There are also trophies that are specifically designed to just waste your time. There's one trophy to spend at least 30 minutes in each biome, as well as the store, which, first off, why would you just stand 30 minutes in the store? That's a ridiculous trophy, and it's basically just people standing there AFK to wait for a trophy. How can you have a trophy that's like, don't play my game? Second, what are these trophy descriptions? How are you supposed to know that this just means hang out in these biomes? Yeah, most of them will be achieved naturally, but how are you supposed to know that that's what you need to do? Additionally, there's a trophy that's called Marathon, which is just described as, you just ran a marathon. In order to achieve this trophy, you need to move 42,195 meters, aka a marathon. That's a pretty logical jump, I think, especially compared to some of the other descriptions we've seen so far. My issue with this trophy is that generally not everyone will get it in the same session. It's not cumulative, so you have to play for multiple hours in a single playthrough in order to unlock it. Most of the time, our team was made up of 2 people gathering resources and 2 people clearing the way, laying track, making sure all the resources were moving where they needed to go. Because of this, both of the people who were gathering the resources, mining and chopping down trees, they never got this trophy. At least not in that session. Those 2 people had to tie down their controller with a rubber band / hair clip, whatever, in order to make the necessary meters in that playthrough still. Again, why would you have a trophy that encourages people to not play your game? Because I just walked away and went to dinner. There's a bunch of trophies for making a certain distance on each difficulty. Now you might be saying, hey, Peter, it's 2020, it's the modern era, do these difficulties stack? No, they don't! We played on medium first and didn't unlock the easy trophies. What? Let me put into reference how long it takes to make 2,000 meters on any difficulty, which is the longest that you need to make for any of these trophies. It takes over 3 hours. 3 hours of this! That was 5 seconds, not 3 hours. Can you imagine how... I hate this trophy. Now you might be saying, hey, Peter, it's 2020. It's the modern era. Surely I can walk away, save my game, and we can come back to it later. Now, the devs have got your back. There's a checkpoint system. Every time you go to a new biome, it does a checkpoint. Every time you get to a station, it saves your game, and you can save and quit. However, every single time we tried to use this feature, the game not only crashed, it deleted our save. It is an unreliable, buggy mess of a feature. The first time we found that out was when we were going for the Elite Trophy, which is for crashing at exactly 1,337 meters. Again, 2 hours or more into our session. We go, hey, we're gonna quit out, back up our save, crash at 1337, then we're gonna load it back up, keep going to 2000. Seems like a good idea? Yeah, everybody's on board. Nope, quit out, everything's corrupted, have to restart the game, have to re-download our save from the cloud, and we lost 2 hours of our lives. As if that wasn't bad enough, there's also a trophy for doing 4,000 meters of track in one playthrough. Now this isn't 4,000 horizontal distance, this is 4,000 meters of track, which is 4,000 track because 1 block is 1 meter in this game. This took over 4 hours of us just looping the train back and forth forever. I could harp on more descriptions like how wrong way doesn't specify how long you need to move left instead of right. Spoilers, it's 100 meters. Or how the Destructionist trophy just says used a lot of dynamite when it should say used 100 dynamite. But I think you get the point. And the point is, should you go for the Platinum in Unrailed? No. What? No, have you watched this video? Are you kidding me? No, I shouldn't have done it. I think it says something about me that I did. I don't like that mirror cast on myself for all to see. 2 people have PTSD from our group and they haven't gotten the platinum yet because just the idea of opening Unrailed is repulsive to them. They vomit a little bit in their mouth at just the instinct of saying, maybe I should get that platinum. No, don't! This game has no respect for you or your time. It has tons of bugs that frankly just corrupt your save, screw you over, and you're better off spending your money on literally anything else. If you like this video and you want to see more Platinum Trophy content like this, please consider subscribing.